Welcome back to Financial Confidence Podcast. I am Lynn Demons. That's Demons, no demons here. We're here to help you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so that you can do those things that you're called to do. And today we are talking about a topic that is deeply personal to me, both as a financial educator and as a teacher. We're talking about going beyond the piggy bank, why financial literacy belongs in the classroom. And this episode, guys, we all know the familiar sight, right? There's a child, there's a small ceramic piggy bank, learning to drop coins in, and it's a wonderful first step, right? We all probably have a memory similar to that, whether with our parents or grandparents, right? Or someone, auntie, uncle. But it's just the beginning. The truth is that simple lesson is not enough to prepare for the complex financial world that our children will inherit, and nevertheless that we currently live in. So why in a world where credit scores, interest rate, investment portfolios dictate so much of our lives, do we still treat financial education as an elective, or worse, a topic we hope our kids get, right? Hope they'll pick it up by chance, just from living, right? Like some of us did. I've spent years in the classroom and I see firsthand, the passion and the potential of our young people. We teach them algebra, we teach them science, the Battle of Gettysburg, we even teach them Shakespeare. All of these are important foundational subjects, right? But what about those tools they need to buy a home, to start a business, simply manage their day-to-day bills? It's a glaring hole in the educational system. Dare I say, something that we know that we are going to use on a regular basis is missing. So think about the impact when a young person enters adulthood without having a basic understanding of money. Maybe that was your reality. There's a significant disadvantage to that. They're likely to fall into debt traps, more likely to struggle with budgeting, that less likely to build wealth, right? Trying to build for a future. This isn't a matter of their character, though. It's a matter of education. And it's just a personal problem. It's not just personal, it's a societal problem. This lack of knowledge perpetuates economic inequalities, right? We make it harder for the entire community to build generational wealth and break those cycles of poverty. It widens economic opportunity gaps and it limits the potential for our next generation. So my advocacy work has just shown me that the solution is clear. We must treat financial literacy not as an extra, but as a core pillar of the curriculum, right alongside math and reading. And if you're finding that this conversation is important, as important as I do, please take a moment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, because your support helps us reach more people with this crucial message and build a community dedicated to financial confidence. So what does this look like? It's not about, just complex stock market theories in middle school. It's about those age appropriate practical lessons that build a foundation. And I want you to think with me for a moment. Maybe you had this experience and maybe you did not, but I remember us being in high school and trying to learn about the stock market. And they gave us a newspaper. Yeah, I'm dating myself. We had a newspaper back then when I was in high school, and we were trying to read the stocks from the newspaper, trying to gather that information. And it might as well have been a completely different language because I was just so lost. So now we think about the ease of access to this information and how we can make it so much more appropriate for our little ones to learn. So for elementary school students, it's about wants versus needs, right? It can be the value of the dollar and the concept of saving for a goal. For middle school, it's about understanding what a budget is and how credit works and the difference between a debit card and a credit card. And then those high school students, they should be learning about filing taxes, understanding the credit score, and the basics of investing, because it's a lot easier now than it used to be back then. The true cost of student loans is also very important, especially if our babies are aspiring to go to college. You see, I've seen the light bulb moments that I've worked with students on these topics, and the excitement when a teenager understands how compounding interest can work for them and not against them. The relief when they realize that they can avoid common financial pitfalls by being prepared. You see, when we give young people these tools, we aren't just teaching them about money. We're empowering them with confidence. We're teaching them to make smart choices, to take control of their future, and to see themselves as financially capable individuals. But this just isn't a teacher's responsibility or a parent's responsibility. It's a community responsibility. It requires partnerships. This is where my work with community-based organizations come in. We need parents, school, local businesses, all to work together to create an ecosystem of financial education. We need to advocate for policy changes that make financial literacy a requirement and not an option. And to the parents and guardians listening, don't wait for the schools. Don't wait for that policy change. You can start right now, today. Start these conversations at home. Involve your children in grocery budgeting. Let them see you pay the bills. Talk open and honestly about the choices you make with money. Let the dinner table become your office room CEO-like table, and it can be just as powerful as the classroom or any other location when it comes to learning these lessons. You see, the piggy bank, it's a sweet memory, but it's time for something more. It's time for comprehensive, intentional financial education that gives every child a fighting chance at success. So by bringing financial literacy into our classrooms, into our homes, we aren't just teaching them to manage money. We're giving them the keys for a more equitable and prosperous future. We're giving them the tools to not just dream, but to achieve. Again, I'm Lynn Demmons, and this is Financial Confidence, and we're here to help you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things that you're called to do. That's to build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children. I want to thank you for joining me on this important conversation. Until next time, you keep building your financial confidence. All right, guys, I'll see you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Share it out because sharing is caring. Until then, stay safe.